CR-V is an in-between car, kind of like an in-between heel. You know, a mid-heel, it's not low, it's not high, it's in between, and so useful. That's what this CR-V is like. It's more than a 5-seater, it's got 7 seats if you want it. It's an in-betweener, and it's so useful. It's the kind of car you buy when you've got 2 or 3 children and you want the option of having the back row, but you don't want to be driving a big SUV like a Mazda CX-9. This is a mid-size SUV and you'll only use the back row when you really need it. It's easy enough to get into. Just whack the seat down like that, push it forward, and if you're a nimble child, you should be able to climb into the back. If you're an adult, space back here is a bit tight. It's so fine for short journeys, but I wouldn't want to go on a long road trip back here. You've got your air vents in the roof, so it's nice and cool, plus you can control it yourself, always handy. But you've also got the top tethers for children's car seats up here, which I found a bit strange because if you've got a child in the second row, you're not going to be able to put anyone tall back here. Small kids are fine, and you know what, most kids will be fine as long as you haven't got lanky teenagers. The boot is also big. With 7 seats in action, you've still got enough room for school bags and a limited amount of grocery bags. With the 2 back seats pushed down, the boot gets really large, and this is what I mean about it being an in-betweener car. It's great to have the option of having the back seats up, but it's also nice to pop them down and have extra boot space. You choose the way you want to use the car. Plus it has my favourite feature, the automatically opening and closing boot. All you have to do is touch a bit on the key here. One of the first things I noticed is how well it drives. The steering is super responsive, it goes well up hills, and it's even a little bit zippy for a car this size. There's a 1.5 litre turbo engine, which has plenty of power for me on my suburban route, and it's not even heavy, which I think is pretty good for a 7-seater. The VTi-L version is a 2-wheel drive, and I normally get a little bit nervous with 2-wheel drives, but I actually didn't have any issues with traction on the road. There's also good fuel efficiency. Honda claims 7.3 litres per 100 Ks, which is pretty good for a car this size. The back door is open to almost 90 degrees, and now that I've seen this, I'm wondering why other cars don't have this feature, because it just makes it really easy for the kids to get inside. The second row is super spacious, plus we've got double air vents, some down here, some in the roof, which have just been a godsend in this heat wave we're having. Plus you've got the sunroof, which comes all the way back to this row, making everything lovely and light. The tech is good. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which means you can just plug in your phone and off you go. It's got all of your apps there, like Maps and Spotify. There's a digital radio, and the speakers are good enough to turn the volume up loud. Plus, I also like the actual screen because it's got a matte cover on top of it, which means I won't get as many fingerprint marks. The center storage is really handy. It's configurable. This actually comes out, but it's so great just to chuck your makeup bag in there. There's a spot here for your keys and sunnies and wallet. We've got 2 cup holders here, 2 in the second row, plus a bottle holder in each door, and 2 bottle holders way in the back. The interiors are stylish. We've got a matte black center console, which is really well designed. I think it's a bit of a winner. The leather steering wheel feels good to touch, and I always think that contributes to a wonderful driving experience. Plus you've got quality leather seats, and they're comfortable. Safety-wise, we've got airbags covering driver and front passenger, plus side curtain airbags that go all the way back to the 3rd row, which is better than what you get in a Honda Santa Fe, which only covers 2 rows. The VTi-L I'm driving comes in at around 39K, which is well priced, but you are missing out on new safety technology like blind spot monitoring, auto emergency braking, and adaptive cruise control. You do get front and rear parking sensors, which really help when parking the car. You've got a reverse parking camera, and also when you put your blinker on in this car, you actually get a side view so you can see what's on the street when you're changing lanes. I really liked the Honda CR-V's VTi-L for my family of 4. I thought the versatility of having 5 or 7 seats to choose from was excellent. The interiors were stylish, everyone was comfortable, and it had good fuel efficiency. I gave it a family rating of 8 out of 10, taking points off for no extra safety features. My children also gave it 8 out of 10. They love the novelty of jumping into the back seat.